That seems like a better plan, I guess.
That works for me.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, see?
Welcome, Jay, to the show. How are you?
Good evening. I'm doing great.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. We've been kind of excited to learn that you were coming on, and I'm glad you're able to jump on sooner. So this gives us more time with you. So how you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Just another night, you know.
Good. Right? It's just another night. No, it's a night you're on the Brian and Sherri show. That's exciting, right?
I worked all day too, so you know it's another day.
So Jay, tell us about yourself. You're into paranormal, right?
Well, I'm a paranormal investigator / urban explorer. I've been investigating for over 20 years. I've had I started when I was a child, basically. Childhood experiences, what led me to it, and I've just kind of been searching for answers ever since.
Interesting. Can you share any experiences that have really influenced you into doing the paranormal investigation?
Well, I mean, I guess the best story to tell is what happened to me when I was a child. I couldn't tell you how old I was. I mean, I was, probably 11, 12 years old or so. I mean, back then, we left our kids alone. You know what I mean? But it was a Friday night, and I can remember this very clearly. It was a Friday night. My parents were out at a Friday night fish fry. I was laying on the couch watching TV, like a normal kid would do, And I was, not quite awake, but not quite asleep, in that, half and half state watching TV, you know what I mean? And the night I started hearing noises upstairs, like footsteps walking across the floor. Which, as a kid, you just write it off. It's a house. It makes noises. You just kind of move on and let it go. Well, about an hour later, I would say, I was laying on the couch, and the blanket I had over me got tight, like someone tucked me in. And so I freaked out, of course. I jumped up off the couch, and I to leave this living room. I got to go past these two chairs, and there's actually a ghost sitting in both chairs and a lady ghost standing behind one of the chairs. When I went to go leave, I was literally grabbed and held in place for, I would say, 5-10 seconds before I shook loose and ran for it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
My parents have told me that.
I got goosebumps from that.
My parents have told me that I've talked to spirits since I was a child. I've seen things that were never there. They've told me things. So yeah, it's.
I have a question.
What's that?
Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah. What exactly is an urban explorer?
I go explore abandoned places.
Oh.
Abandoned buildings, homes, anything abandoned that's, got stuff left over, just document the building. I like urban decay, basically. It's beautiful in its death, you know what I mean? It's weird, but it's it's kind of a weird thing. But. Yeah, I mean, it's something not a lot of people are going to see. I mean, you go out like up north Wisconsin where I live here, there's some churches out in the middle of the woods that nobody's been in 10 years. They're just abandoned. There's buildings, homes, there's towns,
Wow. They don't do anything with them? They don't knock them down? They just kind of...
Well, some places do, some places don't. Of course, being an urban explorer is slightly illegal. That's why I kind of lean more towards the paranormal stuff, because it's more legal. But I do take my risks. I do take my risks here and there. We go into an abandoned building. I mean, the buildings are falling apart. You could get hurt, and if you're by yourself, it could be days before someone finds you.
It's true.
You know,
It's true. So do you always go in a group or do you go by yourself?
Usually I go with one or two people. You know, most urban explorers do not explore by themselves just for the point of being safe. You know, not if somebody would get hurt, there's somebody to go get help. You know.
Right. That makes sense. Right. Have you ever gotten caught or gotten in trouble?
Yes, I've been caught in a few buildings. I've been caught in a couple buildings, you know, by police and by security. Most of the time, when they see you with a camera, they just kind of look at you like, "All right, we know what you're doing," because urban exploring has become a pretty pronounced thing nowadays. So they just kind of tell you to go away, you know. As long as, you know, one thing urban explorers, I'll tell you, there's a rule of urban explorers. We do not break into a building. We do not cause damage. We observe it, we document it, and that's it. You know?
Right.
I've never done graffiti in a building. Huh?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, I was just saying, I've never done graffiti. I've never broken anything when I've been in a building. I've just filmed it and observed it and enjoyed it, is what it was. And it's urban decay.
Now, are those some of the things that you show on your YouTube?
Yes, my YouTube channel. I have a couple urban explorers. I also have a lot of my paranormal videos. Everything's on my YouTube channel right now.
Nice. Now, have you ever witnessed paranormal activity while you were in one of these abandoned places?
Not as an urban explorer, because most time as an urban explorer, I'm going during the day, and I'm not really looking for that. I'm not really paying attention. I mean, I'm sure something might have popped up somewhere along the line. But when you're in an abandoned places, buildings make noise, things happen, windows are broken, wind whips through, so you got to just kind of write it off. You know, you can't, you know. You got to be skeptical,
right.
You know. Even as a paranormal investigator, you still got to be skeptical, you know, about noises and things. You can't jump to conclusions, you know.
Right, that's true. Now, when you've done your paranormal investigating, have you came across anything or been able to document?
Well, there's actually the best video I have right now that's on my YouTube channel is me and B-Town Paranormal. They're also on YouTube. We returned to Revenant Acres in Indiana, and it's an abandoned farmhouse. And I was actually woken up by what sounds like a construction crew upstairs, and it's all on the camera.
Wow.
I also had a camera running upstairs in the room that I heard the noise, and that camera had nothing but malfunctions all night. And I do show some of that in the video.
That sounds familiar.
So.
Wow. I find it interesting, Jay, because Brian and I have been on a few paranormal investigations in our time, and our equipment acted up. And then we, more than one, Brian, I'll have to remind you. And then we interviewed, Charles Karen, who's from New Hampshire Paranormal Research, and she said in one investigation, their camera also stopped working.
Well, I've had cameras turn themselves off. I've had batteries drain like instantaneously. I've had batteries drain and then I leave the room and the battery's just fine. I've had, I've had weird things happen too.
Wow.
Weird things in the sound, popping sounds in the mic sometimes, things that didn't make sense.
Right. Now, do you travel far to do the urban exploring?
Right now, really, the urban exploring is pretty much sticking more to Wisconsin as of right now. It comes across, the same thing as life. It's money, having the money to travel and to take the time off of work to travel to places. Even with paranormal, I got to take some days off of work to go do some things here and there. So,
Interesting. We have a ton of places out here in Massachusetts, and a lot of places, I was talking to you a little bit before at some point, I'd love for you to come out here and see what we have, because we have like some really active places.
Yeah. Furthest I've been that direction was Pennsylvania. I went to God, I can't think of the name of the town off the top of my head, but it's a completely abandoned town in Pennsylvania. I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's got abandoned highways and there's abandoned tunnels, highway tunnels, abandoned roads. It's pretty cool stuff out there.
Pretty neat. Now, how can people, or do you, if someone suggests you come out to their house and kind of like do an investigation, do you go out there?
No, I try to I stay away from the private investigations. There's a lot of legalities when it comes to home investigations with private people in their homes. It just becomes a whole legal thing. I try to stay away from those. I do more like haunted schools and public places that you can rent out and and go to.
Right.
I mean, I did a private investigations a few times, but I ran into some problems, so I just kind of gave that up. So.
Right. Now, have you had any, since your childhood experience, have you had any experiences like those since you're older?
Oh, I see shadows all the time. I hear voices. I believe pretty sure things follow me around. I what they call a candle or a beacon. Spirits like to attract themselves to me because I'm open to it. I'll recognize it there. I just won't worry about it. I'm not scared of them. I just recognize it. Okay, something's here, but I'm not going to be worried. I'm not like, like some of these Hollywood ghost hunters. I don't believe in demons and all that stuff and portals and all that. I believe in energies. I believe in nature, and I believe the energies, are here. And, I don't think that they're demonic. I just think they're energies and they want to communicate somehow. And this, that's what I believe. But
right. Do you think that these energies can attach themselves to like furniture or specific items and can be carried?
Well, I'm
around from place to place.
I'm sure. There are a few objects out there in the world that are real, that do carry some type of energies. Doesn't have to be specifically a certain ghost, or it just could be the energies from a location. Could be multiple spirits in one thing. It could. I don't know if you saw on my Facebook page, but I actually bought a haunted doll on eBay. So I actually have possession of a haunted doll.
Yes.
So.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I did see it. That was scary.
Yeah.
That was a pretty scary doll.
Yeah. She sits in my living room.
Was there a gate? Oh my gosh.
I'm actually looking at her right now. She's staring at me. Actually, I didn't find any dates on her. I was looking for tags. I didn't see any tags on her. So.
Oh wow. She is definitely unique. Yeah. I have to say that. Brian, I'll have to show you that doll. The picture he put up.
I unboxed her live on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, you did?
Yeah, I unboxed her live on YouTube.
Oh, I'll have to go back and look.
It's one of my live streams. I think it actually says live stream.
Okay, Brian put up, you can watch your YouTube channel right there. If you guys look in the chat.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat right now.
Click that link, you'll go to our page. Yep. Pretty unique. Now, what do you plan on doing? Anything in the future as far as you're exploring?
Well, I got a few. I've been in contact with a few urban explorers. We got a few ideas coming up. I got a lot of stuff already planned for the paranormal. I got an event basically every month until September. So it's kind of fitting everything in and having time, like I said, between work, and then the paranormal stuff I do. urban exploring is kind of a back seat to that.
What type of events do you do weekly? What's your
Well, I mean, this coming month, and actually in a couple weeks, I actually have an overnight at a haunted farmhouse here in Wisconsin. So I'll be spending the night. I'll be spending the night there and everything. So yeah, I think there's like 8 of us going to that.
Ooh.
And then next month, I have another camp out at a haunted location. It's an old religious Catholic novice training building where they used to train priests and stuff back in the day. And then let's see, after that I got another camp out at another haunted house that was burned down. All that's left is the foundation. That's Summer Wind. That's actually really famous. Then I got Farrar twice this year. I'm going to that haunted school Farrar. I'm going there twice. And then I'm also going out to Ohio to Pottstown School to spend the night at a haunted school, Pottstown Haunted School in Ohio.
Oh, wow.
So that's all, every month, all the way up till September.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a lot of things planned
Now
with
that's
that.
a sleepover.
Oh yeah, we camp out at places, haunted locations. I film all night, just run a camera and just see what I catch,
Wow.
Sometimes the best stuff happens when you're
People
sleeping.
performed. I want to know what happened. Yeah. Wow. I just got the chills again. That just freaked me out. But I'm not going to be able to sleep. But you go. No, but please keep us informed on what happens at these locations. That'd be interesting to follow you, if we could.
Well, I always put up videos on YouTube, and this year I'm going to start putting up the videos on Facebook, on my Facebook page also. So.
Cool. And we'd love to have you come back on and talk about these experiences you've had in a few months and see what.
We can.
Go ahead.
Well, Dan had a question.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So a question from Dan here. Does he believe that in calming angry spirits, like going to a home tormented by an angry ghost and finding a way to, I don't know what the word he's trying to use. S-H-E-E? What's he trying to say? What are you trying to say, Dan? The spirit. I don't know.
Faith spirit?
Well, I mean, okay, hold on. I'm really trying to read here. Find a way to save the spirit. That's what he's trying to say. Save the spirit.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I you got to the save the spirit. You got to first even understand what it's doing there. I mean, why is it in that property? I mean, first, even if it's just angry, it could just be the person that was when the person died. They could have just been an angry person in life. And there are people like that, they're just angry, So you can't always save everything. You can't always, try to save what's there and release things and take them off the properties. My job as a paranormal investigator, I try to document paranormal activity, I'm not like some of these shows where they build contraptions to try to take the spirit off the property or any of that stuff. I just try to document it and get proof of the paranormal.
Does anybody else have any? If anybody else has questions for Jake, now's the time. Post them up on Facebook. Dan says state. Now I know what the word is.
Oh, okay.
To satisfy.
Oh.
Yeah, state. So.
I mean, I don't try to go into a building and try to piss it off and taunt it and tell it to.
Piss it off and taunt it.
I don't try to do all that, but I respect spirits.
I don't know. Jay, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, for some reason we lost you. That was weird.
I don't know. I heard an echo. That's what I heard.
Yeah, I answer that. Is he talking? Oh, I'm not going now.
Uh-oh. Why is this? Why is that happening?
I don't know.
Jack, that's her?
I can't hear anything now.
The spirits are taking over. Oh.
I think it's not. Yeah. You're not watching to Facebook Live, are you?
Yeah, I'm watching Facebook Live, but I'm not listening to it.
Oh, okay.
I'm watching it, but I'm not listening. I have the sound turned on.
Oh, okay. See, now it went away. Okay.
Is it when I talk?
No.
Okay, that's...
But anyway.
Wow.
Let's take this now. Questions. Any other questions for Jackie?
Technical difficulties.
This show is not complete without small issues.
It's so weird, right? I think we're okay.
Are we back to normal now? I can still hear myself echoing though.
Yeah, it's driving me crazy.
Okay, hold on. Let me try something, guys.
Okay. Alright, are you echoing now?
I don't know, am I?
No, you're not.
Alright, now, yeah, I'm not hearing it now.
Sherri turned her sound off, so I have a feeling we're going to be doing some, wait, she didn't hang up on me, did she? No, she didn't. She's still there. She can hear me, but she's still there. Okay, so it's actually Sherri's fault because she can't turn her sound back on and say otherwise. She's laughing. So we'll fix it, but she's technically still there, so she can still hear. If anyone else has any... hello, Alicia. If anyone has any questions for Jay Rittler, please send them now. I mean, you don't have to send them technically now because he's watching, so he can see them come up. So I have one question for you when it comes to urban exploring, only because I have seen tons and tons and tons of videos on YouTube of people exploring old mansions or abandoned homes, shipwrecks, insane asylums, old nursing homes, you name it. They just search through everything. What is the most craziest place you've ever been to?
An abandoned mall.
An abandoned mall. I would love to go. Anything in there?
Yeah.
Probably not.
I went. No, that was pretty. Everything is pretty empty now. When I was in there, it was pretty busted out, graffitied up. You know.
Oh.
The video is on Facebook, on YouTube, Northridge Mall. So if you want to see it, it's on my YouTube channel.
I'm definitely gonna. I've started watching your videos. I didn't get very far only because we had to start the show. You were sitting in front of a TV behind you.
Yeah, this is one of my live streams that I do. Yeah, I do live streams every Tuesday, so that's just one of my live streams. So.
Gotcha.
Just a way for me to connect with my fans and talk to them, you know. Yeah, I really need to organize my YouTube channel a little bit and put videos into categories. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Everything takes time. Alright, so an abandoned mall. Sherri, would you go into an abandoned mall?
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, it depends how decrepit it is.
True. Yeah, you don't want to be tripping over it and having something fall on you.
I was in the mall last year, and this year the city put a court order on it to be demolished in a month. So this tells you how bad it was last year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, pretty soon. I mean, if you want, we're going to have one out this way. If you want to explore another abandoned mall, I think our mall is pretty much closed, except for, well, I mean, it's not going to be old because we still have Target and the movie theater still open there because they own their own space. But other than that, our mall is toast.
So you have a dead mall. You don't have an abandoned mall.
We have a dead mall, yeah. It was still technically functioning, but the owner took it over and has put no money into it. The lights either go on or go off, and he claims he pays the bill, and it's just, and then there's no running water. We get the water's running. It's just a big mess right now. So it's pretty much, it's dying to the point where it's almost dead. So, yeah, it's sad, really. But anyways, yeah. Any other questions for you, Sherri? I know you had to stop for a second.
Is there anything else Jay would like to share with us?
I'm open to whatever you guys want to do here. So I got nothing but time. So.
All right. Well, I was just thinking, is there any other places that you've been that are really out of the ordinary? That you find might have been the creepiest or the most talked about place, maybe?
Haunted Hales-Bar Dam down in Tennessee was pretty creepy. It's an abandoned dam, so yeah, that was a pretty creepy place.
Oh, in Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's where Daniel Payne is about. Oh, interesting. I gotta get down to Tennessee.
Oh, there's lots of stuff down in Tennessee that's abandoned. There's abandoned towns. There's there's all sorts of stuff down there.
Really? Yeah, I've always wanted to go to like a ghost town or something, like an abandoned little old town, like out in the west or something.
Yeah, I think the one that's down there in Tennessee, it's actually an old abandoned military housing base where they just built all the houses for the families and then they just abandoned it later on.
Really?
I think that's what it used to be.
Look that up because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure somebody's been there sometime, somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I get some of my locations, by watching YouTube videos.
Yeah. I just don't know if I would be able to do it. I really don't. I want to, but yeah, I don't.
Yeah, there's a thrill going into an abandoned building or even a haunted building, just, walking into something that's just been abandoned and nobody's there, and you just like, this doesn't feel right because there's nobody here, but it's beauty in its decay,
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
To experience it,
yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I would do it if the place was structurally sound. I would probably go into it, and if there was a small group of us.
Yeah, see, that's the risk you take as an urban explorer. We never know, yeah, there are some houses. I was in a farmhouse last year that half the house was leaning, so I decided not to go any further. So yeah, I've been into a few houses and buildings that it just makes you question, should you even be in here? Is this floor safe? But you still do it because you want to, you want to film it, you want to document it, and you want to share it with the world. That's why I do what I do.
Right. That's awesome. Well, we appreciate it. Just please be careful.
Oh, I'm always careful. I don't
want to hear about. Yeah. Definitely. So how many videos have you actually done? Do you know?
On YouTube, as far as I know, minus live streams and stuff like that, there's probably 70 some videos on there of different haunted and abandoned places. I gotta organize YouTube a little bit.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I got over 100 and some odd videos on there. I've only been doing YouTube since last year, so.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
I'm
How
at.
many cases in that year?
I have 828 subscribers, I believe. So,
Wow.
which is a low number,
good.
but that's okay, you know.
It's still pretty good. That's a lot of interest.
Well, I mean, I've done a lot of footwork, you know, a lot of live streams, you know, going into other people's live streams, urban explorers, paranormal investigators, getting to know other people, you know, and that's, you know, that's what it took, you know, to get to where I am now. Just, I mean, I spent a lot of time in live streams.
Right. Now, what type of advice would you give to someone who wants to go out there and be an urban explorer? Don't do this without permits, right? I'm just kidding.
Well, first of all, you really, it's illegal, so, you know, it's kind of one of those situations. If you're gonna do it in a group, 2 or more people. Never break in, never do damage to a building, no graffiti, you know, don't leave stickers, don't, you know, leave a tag, you know, be respectful of the property. You know, even though it's abandoned, it's falling apart, respect it. Act like it's yours. Act like it's your property, and you would want, you know, someone to respect your property, you know.
Right. Right. Well, thank you so much, Jay. You know, we appreciate you coming on tonight. This has been a lot of fun, and time has just flown out the window.
Wow, it is already almost 9.
It's so much fun when we get on topic. Yeah. So what is the way that people can get in touch with you or watch your
I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm on everything. I mean, you can, if you can't find me, you're not looking. So I'm on all social medias. I have my emails, exploringwithjay@yahoo.com. I have t-shirts, I have merchandise on my page, so, you know, yeah, I'm everywhere.
Excellent. Awesome. Well, Jay Rittler, thank you once again for coming on tonight, and I hope to talk to you soon. I gotta have you on Sherri Clip too.
All right, we'll have to do that.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you so much for joining us. You have yourself a great night.
Well, thank you for having me, and you guys have a good night too.
Great. Thank you.
Good night.